Big win for the New York Sirens in Detroit as part of the Takeover Tour. 4-1 over Minnesota as New York keeps its postseason hopes alive. And in the process, PWHL setting a U.S. League attendance record. 14,288 saw it here at Little Caesars Arena. Alongside Alexis Pearson, I'm Clay Matvick. This was a good hockey game. Minnesota got out to a great start. Had a power play goal from Grace Zumwinkle, who they've been trying to get to generate more offense, and she did it. But New York said, no you don't. They scored 4 unanswered. Well,
it felt like that Grace Zumwinkle goal was maybe going to spark Minnesota as a team into some better play here today. Yeah. Sometimes when you get those players going that need that extra bump to get moving, that generates offense from the whole team. But that wasn't the case. New York came out, and they were the better team even before Minnesota scored that goal, even though the Frost got on the board first. But then they shut everything down. They played so good from start to finish here today, New York did, and really earned this win here today.
New York ending a 9-game losing streak, a league record for futility on Wednesday by beating Montreal, and they came out with their hair on fire here tonight. They were the more physical team early, and then all of a sudden it started leading to offense, and then they just took it to Minnesota.
Yeah, and they never let up on the physicality. They played that way from start to finish here today. There was some extracurriculars after whistles that we saw with some pushing and shoving going on, so it was a heated matchup, and it seemed at times that New York's physical play was forcing Minnesota to play an uncomfortable style of hockey. It didn't seem like Minnesota wanted to get into that kind of matchup here today, and because of that, it generated a lot of opportunities for the New York Sirens because they were willing to stick to that physical kind of play. So on top of scoring 4 goals today, they played physical, and here's a look at how those goals happened here today. Again, Minnesota got that first one, but then New York would get the scoring started, making it a 1-1 game there. And Levis getting in on the action. Bourbonnais a goal here today as well. A lot of passing in down low. Eldridge there, the tip out front, adding to the total. And Fillier, the empty netter, to seal the deal. And a look at your final stats.
There you see it. And the power play for the Sirens 0 for 3. Minnesota got 1 power play goal, but the Sirens didn't need the power play tonight because they had Corrine Schroeder. Corrine Schroeder, I thought at times was the difference in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, she was so solid, and Minnesota 34 shots on net, 10 of them classified as scoring chances. And especially in the third period, I felt Minnesota was generating some opportunities. First and second period, Minnesota definitely was not playing their best. But in the third, Schroeder had to make some big saves. This one in tight against Michaela Kava. That's where she makes her money, is in the crease there. And Schroeder able to shut the door. The backhander by Scheppers. Again, Schroeder able to get in front of it. She just seemed like her most confident self here today, and you heard her in the post-game interview talking about it as well. This is the Corrine Schroeder they're going to need the rest of the way out.
New York, they get the win 4-1, and they still have hopes for the postseason.